Hi, everybody. I'm Jeff Barton, and thanks for coming to the show and watch what we do here in the Mortgage Minute. We try to get to you at least 2 or 3 times a week, tell you about what's going on in the mortgage market as well as the real estate market, certainly events worldwide and how they are going to affect you and your ability to purchase. Mostly what's happening right now is we see rates rise and continue to rise and will continue to rise. There are a number of different effects to that. Main one is that fewer and fewer people can buy houses, so maybe by the end of December we'll have some inventory on the market. Prices won't be rising, and those of us still left to be able to purchase can. However, let's get to it. 30-year fixed right now is at 5.26. That's down from the 5.35 last week. 4.75 for the 15-year, 4.90 for FHA, 4.52 for the jumbo, and 4.19 for the 5/1 ARM. The 2 years at 2.58 yield, 10 years at 2.80. We're getting closer to the inversion yet again. I heard an explanation for that inversion and what it really means. It means a lot of stagflation, which is, of course, where you have not negative growth, but flat growth and inflation rising. That's called stagflation, whereby you see your dollar arose, but the economy is still not yet in a recession. Will we see recession? I see a lot of good people say yes, a lot of people say no. It's not going to be right now. There's too much demand in the marketplace, and there's too much money. There's still 1.72 jobs per person looking for work, so the labor market is extremely tight. And until we see those pressures also, I guess, abate, we're not going to see a recession. A couple other things. Housing. We did see some housing retractions, i.e. the prices coming back a little bit in the marketplace in 10 different cities. There was an article on either Housing Wire or Yahoo Finance or someplace that I saw it. Anyway, I wrote down the top 10 cities. You may not want to live in any of them, but this does give an indication of where the market is headed nationally. The 10th city, Richmond, Virginia. Prices have come down 3.4% to median price of $310,000. That's number 10. Let's go to number 7, Los Angeles, down 5%, $985,000. This is the most on the list in terms of what houses cost in the median average. So, yes, prices have come down, but still $985,000 is no joke. Let's go to the number 3rd on the list is Detroit, Michigan. Yes, I've been to Detroit. Have you been to Detroit? Well, when I tell you, you'll probably not want to go there. Why? Because the houses, although have come down 15.4%, the median home price in Detroit is $75,000. Now, what does $75,000 get you? A house in Detroit. I only say maybe you don't want to go there. I went there last year. We went to Brockett. They held a little convention, and we went there as a company. When I was there, the downtown was empty. All the sports stadiums were closed, so that was cool. There was one street in the city that was booming, but the rest of the city seemed kind of asleep. So for me, it would not be the place to go. But if you're looking for a cheap house, that is the place to go. Anyway, number 3 on the list was Detroit. Number 2 on the list is Rochester, New York, down 17%. $149,900 is the median price in that city. And number 1 on the list is Toledo, Ohio, down 18.7% at $115,000. Now, a lot of these cities on this list, the median price for homes is fairly reasonable, and anybody who has money certainly could buy in those cities. However, do you want to live there? Is it a place where you can work? All these things are questions to ask. I'm not saying to move. What I am saying is it is an indication of where real estate is headed. The Fed is obviously continuing to raise rates, and as we see the bond yields continually going up, that also adds to the reverse, i.e. bond yields go up, you got to have mortgage rates go up too, so in which case that'll probably slow down real estate demand, and these are some of the indications. Let's see, stocks are up, oil's down, China lockdowns, GDP expected to be 4.2%, and this is following on the heels of a lot of the bond defaults from the large real estate groups, so that it's Legrand or some of the other ones there. Wait to see what happens with China. I've been looking every day to see what's going on, whether we're going to have more defaults, what's happening with China. They loosened the interest rates in the country in order to spur growth, but because of the lockdowns themselves, and that pandemic is a real deal, you can see that the growth at 4.2%, that's not good, especially for China, who's used to having 10% plus a year. the Fed raise rate. Yeah, Fed rate raise. That'll probably happen in mid-May, and we're probably going to see a half-point hike. That will slow down the economy somewhat, and we will hope to get inflation under control by the year's end. I'm sure the Biden administration is waiting for that to get under control so they can get back in the ball game. Politically, it's not a political show, of course, but these are just some of the news to use in the section News to Use. Anyway, I'm Jeff Barton. This has been the Mortgage Minute. We'll see you next time.